Where do you hunt in Pittsboro?
You can't hunt in Pittsboro. In Chatham County, you can hunt.
I used to hunt in my backyard.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm not sure. It's a bird sanctuary. I guess it's not a deer sanctuary. We have game lands around Jordan Lake, and that's a lot of people. There are still quite a few big tracts in the southwest part of the county, and you can get a farmer or timber person to lease land, and it's a few $100 a year. You could have 50 to 100 acres, wooded or pasture, and if you say you want to hunt, a hunting lease really is not that much. It's just a few $100. And then of course, you could buy your own piece of land, which I think is a great investment. You could hold on to it and hunt it in the meantime. I don't think so. Like, two things happen in that scenario, whatever, and this can get a farmer really upset. The farm that I bought had a hunting lease on it, and he said, "Do you want to continue?" And I'm like, "All right, I'll continue, because I don't like deer. I want the population culled, fewer deer, fewer ticks. I don't like ticks." So I'm like, okay. So nice guy, really nice guy from Charlotte, 64 acres, $250 a year, and I'm like, fine. Well, opening week of hunting season, there's 6 freaking cars in my driveway.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" "Oh, well, Jerry sold us." So, Jerry got the $250 hunting lease, and then he's selling it for, X amount of dollars to all his friends and everything. I was like, yeah, this is one and done. That was the first and last year I did that or whatever. And then there's so many nice people that, we have these YouTube videos, I have all these land listings or whatever, and these people, 100 acres for sale. "Hey, I'm calling about that 100 acres for sale." Yes, I think I got a sale. Would they be interested in leasing it for hunting?" I'm like, okay, first of all, I'm not anti-hunting. I am a real estate land broker. I don't want you out there. I don't want to show the land while you're shooting stuff. I don't want to tie up the property with a hunting lease. That's something I have to disclose and can be a factor on a sale. So I have to disclose whether or not there are leases, and not everybody wants to buy property. So, like, my seller might actually be willing to do that, but I'm going to talk them out of it, and I'm not asking the seller on your behalf. I have no interest in having a hunting lease on the land I'm trying to sell. I mean, not against hunting. It's just doesn't help me at all. So,
If you're outside of town limits and you have land at your house, you can probably hunt there.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, and it's becoming more and more rare. I interviewed. She actually went with another broker in my office, but I interviewed for a lady that had like 50 acres that adjoined Jordan Lake, and what her dad had done is he had rented campers all along his land, because they could stay in the camper and then go and walk into Jordan Lake and hunt there or whatever. So that was a neat concept. But, now the property's listed for $5 million because it's not, we're not having the hunting land like we used to. There's so many people in Raleigh, and definitely people that move from upstate New York and want to continue hunting. It's getting harder and harder. You got to go further and further out. So right now, there are plenty of places that you can hunt in the Silcope or Moncure area. But basically, we're looking at southwest Chatham right now, and even Moore County, outside of Chatham County, but Moore County. So you're looking at Bonley, Bennett, Golston, Bear Creek area for hunting right now.
I've heard there's some game lands around the lake that you can only access by boat, which would be good to hunt.
Yeah. Well,
I've never done that.
That's so. One of the things that I do as a land broker when I evaluate property, people get really excited about Jordan Lake, as a boundary to their property. So they have all these game lands, and it'll never be developed in your backyard, which is great. And I send that drone up, and I take a picture of your house or the land, and that lake's in the background, that really does very, very well. And then you put your house out there, blam, blam, blam. I mean, you literally have people hunting in your backyard, and every now and then there's a stray bullet too. But most hunters do a good job of safety and everything. But that's the good and the bad about living next to Jordan Lake.